Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel for some more spooky fun. Right, so today I'm going to be using some black cardstock, some of my Carte Noire art shapes, some of the new Creepsville Gazette papers to do some spooky ATCs, some more ATCs. I'm getting back into them again. Didn't do any for ages and ages and ages, and then all of a sudden I'm back into doing them again, which is why I joined the Indigo Blue Facebook group, because they do a monthly ATC swap, and it's perfect, absolutely perfect, because it just scratches that little itch that you have to create something, but even though it's only tiny, only small. So an ATC artist trading card is 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches in size, and in millimeters that's 63 millimeters across the top by 89 millimeters down that way. You can do it that way if you want to. You can do a landscape one, but most people do portraits, and I'm going to be doing portrait ones today. So I've been up to Indigo Blue this morning, and I got some cardstock from them because I've run out of black cardstock. Can you believe? So I've had to go and buy some new black cardstock today. So I've stocked up. So what I've done is I've already gone ahead and cut a load of, you can't see that, can you? I've already gone ahead and cut a load of ATCs at that size, so 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. I've done 3, so I just thought 3 would be a nice little number to do for a demo video like this. So the Carte Noire, so my Carte Noire art shapes are black cardstock. It's black on one side and white on another. So let me just go and grab the sets that I'm going to be using today. All right, so this is how the skulls come to you. So if you can see it, that's better. And all they do is just pop out very, very simply. They're just tabbed, and you can just pop them out very, very easily on the sheet. The other set that we're going to be playing with today are the mini spiders. Some not so mini, some are larger. There we go. I know, if I saw a spider that size in my bath, I'd run a mile. In fact, I did see one the other day. Yeah, I just popped this one out just to make sure that it had cut properly. So yeah, so these are the little mini spiders that we're also going to be playing with today, but just a few of them, not many. So those are the mini skulls and the mini spiders. So you get 6 of those on the sheet, and spider wise I can't remember how many there are on there. There's like 20, I think. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 28 mini spiders to play with in the set. And I have been kind of thinking about maybe selling the SVG files as they are, for those of you that have got like plotting machines, like the Cricut and that kind of thing, the Brother Scan and Cut, etc, etc. Other brands are available, obviously. So you can actually cut these shapes yourself. So for example, if you're in the States and don't want to pay all the new hiked up Trump tariffs, which makes things really, really difficult, then buying the SVG files to cut out yourself from your own cardstock, black cardstock, whatever coloured cardstock you want to, is maybe a way forward. If you're interested in purchasing the SVG files of some of the art shapes that I've produced for the Carte Noire, or even for some of the MDFs, to be honest, or the grey boards or whatever, any of those kind of laser cut shapes, if you're interested in purchasing the SVG files for those, please do leave me a comment below the video, or send me a message on Facebook or through my website, just to let me know that that's what you would like, and then I'll sit down and seriously look at releasing stuff onto the website so you can buy as digi downloads. Right, so now that that's out of the way, so the Creepsville Gazette is the paper pad that we're going to be using today. I've already taken out one of the pages. This is my Halloween book for this year. As you can see, it's all grungy Halloweeny in a non-threatening way. It's a cute kind of Halloweeny paper pad without it being too gory and slasher movie, that kind of thing. It's what I call non-threatening Halloween. So yeah, I like it. There are ATCs on the inside of ATC sized panels on the inside front and back covers as well. There are 12 of those, which are smaller versions of some of the paper pads or paper patterns inside the book. This pad is also available as a digi download on my website. The digi download is exclusive to me, nobody else has got it. The paper pad was also going to be released and launched through Indigo Blue. In fact, they're about to launch it right this very minute. I'm just sat with Facebook open on my computer to my left, and they're actually launching it any second now. So it's supposed to go live, launching it at 1 o'clock on the 2nd of September. And it's actually 1 o'clock on the 2nd of September right this very moment in time as I'm recording this. So it should, theoretically, they should start going live now. Whether they go live on time is a different matter altogether.
So it's just me and Ella today, and
there you go.
Great
they are now live.
Come and join us. We're going to have a lovely morning. We've got our new launch. Do they know it's Halloween?
Yeah,
I think they do.
Right, I'll put her on mute. Right, okay. So they're launching Halloween right this very second as I'm doing this. So yeah, so they're launching the Creepsville Gazette, but it has their logo on as well. So mine and their logo too. But you can get that from my website. And like I said, you can also get the digi download version of the paper pad too. So like I said, I've gone ahead and pulled out one of the sheets from the paper pad. I'm going to use this side today. So this is the black cardstock that I got from them this morning. Like I said, I nipped up this morning in the car. And I'm going to cut out from the paper sheet these blackish blocks there, because I want a kind of darker colour on the ATC. So that's what my next job is. Now I did have, see, I've tidied up, hadn't I? This is why I should never tidy up. I had a cutting mat here a second ago. Where's it gone? Ah, there it is. Duh. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift that up, because I know pretty much where I want to go. I'm just going to roughly cut that panel out of that sheet there, and then I can trim that one down later. And on this one I'll do the same, so I'll block it off where I want to cut it. Ooh, a bit of a whimsy-womsy line there. Okay, so that's number 2. And then number 3, I think what we'll do is we'll just go straight up to the edge on that one. And then straight down. There we go. Number 3. So there's my 3 black ATC bases there, and I've now got my 3 ATC pieces there. So what I can do is just pop that to one side, because I'm not going to waste that. Maybe not use it today, but what I can do is just trim that down a little bit more. That's it. All right, so what I'm going to try and do for this one is I want to make this just a little bit smaller than the actual ATC itself. So I'll go away and trim these down to the right kind of size that I'm looking for. And once I've done that, I'll be back, as Mr. Schwarzenegger would say. All right, so we'll just brush the mess to one side. So we've now got our 3 just slightly smaller sized pieces that I'm going to stick down onto the black background. So that's what we need to do now. And I did have my glue again. I'm going to have to stop tidying up. It's just getting ridiculous. Right, so let me just wang some glue down there. Put some glue down there. What did I do with my other bottle? So I'm using the Tombow Mono Aqua liquid glue. Alright, which enables me to have a little bit of wiggle room just before it grabs. There we are. So we'll just stick all 3 of those down. I've got nearly a full bottle of this kicking around somewhere. And of course I thought I'll just have a quick tidy up before I start filming. And look what happens. This is what happens when you start tidying up. And I've just dropped that down. Of course it landed butter side down, didn't it? There we go, just give it a quick wipe off. And again, if you do get any, it will just wipe away really easy. There we go, or you can just grab a bit of a wet wipe. Dead easy. Right, so number 3. And then we can stick that one down. Now, of course, as with anything, particularly since we're doing Halloween as well, you can grunge to taste. Grunge and distress to taste. Okay, so they're going to be my background. So I've already popped out 3 of those mini skulls today. And that's where I'm going to be popping these down. But now you can see there's a little bit of scoring because they have been laser cut. There's a tiny little bit of scoring on there, but I want mine to pop just that little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the white side, because there is a white side and there is a black side, like I said. So you could paint that side or that side, it's entirely up to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some white gesso, give it a good shake. Hoping this is white. Yes, it is. All right, and I do have somewhere, I've done it again, there it is. Put it to one side. One of those little inky blending foams that I'm going to use for paint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and just add a coat of white gesso by dabbing. Now what this will do, it will just add the extra whiteness, but also it'll add just a tad of texture to the cardstock too with the paint. Now, because it's gesso and because we've laser cut these, a little bit of the scoring will probably come back through, but that's okay because it will look like it's aged, which is fine because we don't mind that on a Halloween, on a grungy kind of skull shape. Right, and just so I can show you what I meant about how easy it is to colour these, what I'm going to do is I'll just shake up the bottle again just to get some more back on that lid, because the lids on these bottles are just great for picking up the paint. Is I'm going to flip it to the black side. We're going to the dark side. We'll go into the dark side. So I'm going to go over the dark side with the white gesso, just so you can see. Let me just grab a little lolly stick, a little popsicle stick. Actually, this isn't a popsicle stick, this is a shape I've cut out from MDF. I'm working on a different project at the moment, and I've ended up with a huge pile of like popsicle sized pieces, which I didn't want to throw away because they're going to be very, very useful for a different project later on. Right, so that is the black side. Like I said, it takes colour really, really well, and you can go over and do multiple coats if you want to. And you can paint these whatever colour you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these dried off, clean this up a little bit, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty then, so we're back. So those are the mini skulls, all nice and dry. So they're the backgrounds that we're going to be sticking those onto. Oh, like those. But of course, we want to grunge a little bit. So let's just get a little bit of grunge, because why not? And just go around the outside a wee bit. Just like so, and then maybe just a little bit across the bridge of the nose there. And maybe just a little bit there. Oh, they've started hammering and banging again next door. And here was I thinking it was all over and done with. Alright, so I'll carry on just adding a little bit of this wee grunge, and hopefully by the time I finish that, they may have actually stopped with the hammering. Alright, so as you can see, I've gone ahead and added some of that distress just around the edges, across the bridge of the nose, and a little bit around the bottom of the nose cavity there. So that's, well, they're not stuck down just yet, because we're not quite finished yet. We've got to add just a little bit more. So the spiders. So what I've done here is I've got 3 of the little spiders, but what I want to do is I want to make them just slightly different. So I want to make them shine a little bit. And there's a couple of ways that I could do this. Now I can use some clear embossing powder. I can just go over the top of them with some black ink or any kind of embossing ink, and then go over them with ultrafine embossing powder, or you can use any kind of gloss medium. So for example, if you've got indigo blues, slap it on in the gloss, or you can use glossy accents or anything like that. But my first instinct for these is to go straight to the luscious powders. Now in here somewhere I've got one called Blackbird. There it is, Blackbird, which is a kind of metallic-y black. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to grab a little bit of the gilding gum. So this is a, perhaps I shouldn't have shook that up quite so hard. And it's a new one too. That's all I'm going to need, just those few little dribbles there. And a little brush. That will do, just like that. Right, so let's grab the Blackbird. Just tap it, just to make sure that the colour's gone down, and then going to dip in with the brush, and then I'm just going to mix it. So mixed in with this kind of black pigment is a kind of metallic-y mica, shiny mica, and then all I'm going to do is just go over the top, and that's just going to give us a little bit of a shine. That's if my fingers don't stick. Okay. Intricate. Substitute the word fiddly. So if we do one side first, and then I can flip it and then do the other side. There we go. I'm just going over it a couple of times because there's no coating, we're just going straight onto that black cardstock. It will just soak in a little bit. So if we just go over a couple of times, there we go, then the subsequent coats that we give it, just like that, will then sit easily or more easily on the surface. Lovely. That'll do. We don't need a lot. We don't need a huge amount for those ickle spiders. So what I'll do is just move those to one side now. That's it. One shift, and then give that a bit of a clear up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so my little spiders are now all done. They're a little bit shiny, which is good because it's just going to lift them from the background. So what I want to do now is just take a tiny little drop of glue. You don't need a huge amount. Now you can put these on little foam pads if you want to, just to give it a little bit of dimension. I haven't glued those down just yet. And I'll just put a tiny little drop on the front and the back. I love these little spiders because they've got such cute little faces. Some of them even look a little bit cross. Because, you know, why not? Let's have a look. Let's put you, yeah, let's put you down there a bit. Alright, like I said, they're not glued down just yet. There's a bit of fluff from the ink pad. Right, so I'm going to flip that over now and just add a little bit of glue just on those points there, and then that can go down. I'm going to put one just at a little bit of an angle like that, because all three need to be just slightly different. Now they will be different because you've got different backgrounds and you've placed your little, oh, I've placed my little spiders in different positions, and the skulls obviously. So this was the one that we painted on the black side rather than the white side. Let's do that one so it's fairly straightforward all the way. Hello, Mr. Nip. There we go. So those three layers are now glued down, but of course we can't just finish there. They are a little bit gruesome, a little bit, yeah, they are Halloweeny, but you know, they are a little bit a little bit I like mine a little bit non-threatening. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some googly eyes just to finish them off. But I'm going to raise the googly eyes up on little foam pads. Now I've got some really tiny foam pads. Now this is going to be really fiddly because these things are really not the easiest things to work with at the best of times. And the foam pads are really tiny too. So quite fiddly now. I'm just going to drop that down in there. Get the foam pad. Get the googly eye. Try and place it in the middle. But it doesn't matter if we don't get it in the middle. And then drop the eye where we think. Yay! So that now turns it from being a bit more gruesome to a bit more fun. So now I'm wondering whether or not it might be easier to actually place the foam pad down first and then drop the googly eye on top. Let's see now, have I got any tweezers? I have somewhere. There we are, look. So we can remove the foam back in. Hello, Mr. Nippy, we're back again. Is that nasty mister doing the banging in the house next door? Is he? You don't like the banging, do you? Does it frighten you? As you can tell, not a visit from Mr. Nippy. He's put his head on my knee. Oh, bless him, little baby. That one there. Oh, these foam pads are, I don't know how old these foam pads are. I must have had them for quite some time because I didn't even know I had them. Surprising what you find when you're having a clear out. Yay, there we go. Love it to bits. I think they're ever so cute. Okay, so what I'll do at a later stage is I will add on my ATC backs where I fill it in with all the details. But there we go. I don't want to do any more. I don't want to add any splatters. I don't want to do any more. I think they're just great as they are. And I hope you've enjoyed watching me create these two. So if you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. And I'm just wondering now if maybe I should have painted those in fluorescent paint so that they actually glowed in the dark as well. Oh no, there's an idea. Bye for now.